What's going on, everybody? Today I'm going to bring you the Superstar Shakeup predictions, ideas, speculation, who is going where, all of that. But before we get started, I need you to do one thing and go follow on Twitter my new account for wrestling discussions, news, opinions, all that at Making the Walk on Twitter. That's MAKINGTHEWALK. Making the Walk. I'm going to do some giveaways on there for everybody. Everybody has a fair chance, so make sure go follow that below. Okay, so the Superstar Shakeup. It's happening on Raw and SmackDown, a two-night event. Superstars from one brand will be switched to the other, so on and so forth. There will be trades, deals, etc. between the two brands. WWE hasn't gone into specifics about how exactly it's going to go down. Is it trades? Is it just going to be like the draft? Who knows? But I think the reason they're doing this is because they just want to take a few key players and switch them up. Switch the brands. Not a full draft where everybody has to get switched. It is hot. Okay, so let's start off with the weaknesses that each brand needs to strengthen up with the Superstar Shakeup. SmackDown needs tag teams. Immediately, they need tag teams. They've got American Alpha, the Usos. They no longer have the Vaudevillains because Simon Gotch got the boot. The Ascension, they don't count. Breezango, they don't count. The Headbangers, no, I'm just joking. So they need tag teams. I think Enzo and Cass would be a great move to move them to SmackDown. They're kind of lost in the shuffle a little bit on Raw. There's a lot of teams, especially with the Revival coming in, the Hardys coming in now, Cesaro and Sheamus are the #1 contenders. The New Day could also throw them on SmackDown. Personally, I'd like to see Xavier and Kofi separate from Big E. Not break up, but have them drift apart and let Big E do his own thing. Because he's got a lot of potential to be a big star by himself. So either move him to SmackDown by himself, or move Kofi and Xavier to SmackDown, let them be a team, let Big E go do his own thing. Now on to Raw's weakness. In my opinion, their #1 weakness is the women, not the talent of the women. It's just, they've done the same thing over and over with Sasha and Charlotte. Same deal. Bayley's champ, but what's she going to do now? Even if she goes against Nia Jax, she's done it already. The only thing that she has left to do is against Sasha. So keep Sasha on Raw, move Charlotte to SmackDown. She cannot be anywhere near Sasha any longer. I can't take it. Take Alexa Bliss to Raw. You can even throw another woman from SmackDown onto Raw. Think of Carmella, move her to Raw. And you got Emma back on Raw now. There's a lot of feuds you can do if you move those two from SmackDown to Raw. Next, it's been teased on screen multiple times. A move from Raw to SmackDown. It's a big move. This guy could thrive on SmackDown. In the main event scene, the mid-card level, Sami Zayn. You gotta move him to SmackDown. He's got nothing left for him on Raw. He could be WWE champion in a year for all we know. Who knows? He could be Intercontinental champion, no problem. He could even go do some 205 Live stuff. Who knows? But Raw, it's not a fit for him. He needs to move to SmackDown. He'll fit in a lot better there. Another big move that I think needs to be made for myself personally, I think this would be a big move that would help me bear this guy a little more. Dean Ambrose needs to move to Raw. SmackDown, I just don't think it's his fit. Even though he's IC champ, there's a few things you can do with this title. Since he is the champion, you could move him to Raw with the title and move Owens to SmackDown with the US title, do a nice swap. Or this week on SmackDown, have Ambrose drop the belt to Corbin. SmackDown's just not a fit for him. Every segment he's in, it's almost like, it doesn't click like everything else clicks on there. Like, everything on SmackDown has meaning besides his matches. They don't mean any, like, his feuds, I don't know, they just seem out of place there. I think on Raw it would be a lot better. And finally, I think the most obvious move that a lot of people think is going to be made is AJ Styles to Raw. He is one of the top selling merch guys right now. He's a top guy. He ran SmackDown Live from its beginning. It's the house that AJ Styles built. He's done everything there is to do on that brand. He beat John Cena, the top guy. Move him over to Raw. He could do a lot over there. He could be a mid-card guy and make everything relevant. He could be a main event guy. I don't see that happening for a little bit, but now you can open up the feud with Finn Balor. Another feud with Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Kevin Owens. There are endless possibilities over there. But that leaves a hole in SmackDown Live. Cena's going to be out for a while. They did just get Shinsuke, but I don't think he's big enough of a guy to fill up that huge hole. So you need to take a guy from Raw, move him to SmackDown. Roman Reigns isn't going anywhere, I don't think. He's already started to feud with Strowman, with Brock. That's imminent at this point. It's going to happen. The biggest guy on Raw that you can move to SmackDown, you could do a couple of things. You can move Joe to SmackDown. I don't think they'll do that because it seems Joe and Owens are a thing. So unless they move Owens to SmackDown, Joe won't go. You know what I mean? They're sticking together, Joe and Owens. You can move Finn Balor to SmackDown. That'd be a big move. Or you can feud him with the mid-card, the top guys. You could do anything over there. Have him against Orton, Wyatt. A lot of stuff you could do since Balor's been out of action for so long. I think the move to make is you move Seth Rollins to SmackDown. I thought about it. I didn't think it would work. But I think there's a lot of feuds you could do over there. Since Rollins is a face now, he just beat Triple H. He beat the guy who runs the company. You can do one for the Intercontinental title if Corbin gets it. You can go against Miz. You could go against Shinsuke. You could go against Bray Wyatt. Bunch of feuds you can do. That fills that void that John Cena leaves open. And then once John Cena comes along, then you have endless possibilities. You can do anything. So more moves from Raw to SmackDown I think should be made. But who knows how it's going to be set up? Because is it going to just be straight up trades? Is it going to be, I just want this guy, so we're going to take him? Who knows? Nobody really knows. We're in for a good 2 nights of Raw and SmackDown. Let me know below who you think is going to move from brand to brand. And make sure to follow Making the Walk on Twitter. So those are my thoughts on the Superstar Shakeup, what I think might happen. Again, let us know below what you think is going to happen. And I'll catch you next time on FAPReactions.